Good morning, UPBOptionMillionaires.com. 15 minutes before the opening bell on this Wednesday, June 14, 2017. S&P 500 futures are up over 0.1%. NASDAQ 100 futures up almost 0.4%, recovering those losses that we saw later in the day on Friday from all-time record highs that collapsed, that nobody knew exactly why it happened other than more selling than buying. And then we hit a bottom on Monday. So it's some sort of an inverted head and shoulders where we get these sell-offs here in the middle of the session. We recover into the close as much we did on Monday. And also yesterday we had a bit of a pullback, recovered those losses, and then moved into positive territory. We are now above, you could call this a possible neckline of inverted head and shoulders pattern, head, shoulder, shoulder. And we're starting to break out. Not at all-time record highs, much like the Dow Jones Industrial Average and the S&P 500. Small caps also following through. Also rallying. We have gold up almost 1%. Gold futures rocketing to the upside. We have treasury bonds. Just buy it, baby. Treasury bonds almost up 1% for the 30-year treasury bond futures. Look at this move we've had just in the last 45 minutes. The buy everything trade really starting to work out as we have the Fed coming later today. Probably going to say buy everything. I don't know. That's what the market's saying. If you look here, the NASDAQ, the QQQs hit a record high. We pulled back. Is this some sort of a bear flag here? Momentum turned negative on Friday, continued on Monday, but we're getting a bounce. Is it going to be a similar bounce, as I pointed out, that we saw at the impeachment? This negative momentum lasted one trading session. And that's what we're really down to, really just one trading session of continuous downside in this market before it resumes upside. A lot of people calling, one widely followed Twitter pundit called the QQQ the short of 2017, trade of 2017, short QQQ. Well, it's done nothing but go up. Actually, a pretty impressive rally for the QQQ, and trend remains to the upside until that changes, and that's exactly what's gone on here. We pull back, the trend remains to the upside, the dips are getting bought until that changes. If you're going long, that's you're siding with the winning trades, and if you're going short, you're hoping that you're going to get one of these one-day sell-offs at some point. I mean, we got it for the impeachment. Maybe they'll, something unusual will be announced and the market will dip a little bit, but the dippers will come back as they've done since the lows of March 2009. S&P 500 has not seen, the S&P 500 ETF, the spiders, has not seen that momentum sell. Actually looks quite bullish. If you look, some sort of a flagging pattern here. We got the big candle yesterday breaking out to new all-time record highs. That looks bullish. IWM on the flip side, if you draw a trend line across, I don't know if I have the drawing up. I do. Look at the trend line. You draw it across. We're bumping up against here resistance. So look at 142.50. If we can break that, then that's the race is on to about 145 in a really sharp fashion for the small caps. If we can't, we could pull back. And in the face of a market that's grinding to the upside, small caps pulling back might not spell overall market weakness. However, I would say, if you look at the election, we had the NASDAQ down 9 straight days. Well, small caps were the first one to really start recovering. The first green day before the election, I believe on Friday. This is Friday. Everything else was still red. And then it gapped and moved. It's been really consolidating since. So it's really been a leader. However, a bit of a pullback here off this resistance. Not such a bad thing, especially if it's a consolidation before it breaks through. So that's a possible scenario for the small caps. We have Apple pulling back. But again, if you look, came across support at 145. Possible move up to 150. You have Amazon that pulled back to support. You can see it's breaking out now, trying to get back up to 1,000. We had Google also pulling back. Again, looking to get back up to 1,000. Will that be some sort of a double top? Time will only tell. But right now, the buy the dippers have ruled the market since 2009. So you have to side with the winning team. All right, UPBOptionMillionaires.com. Opening bells coming in about 7 minutes. So we have the market, everything going up today ahead of the Federal Reserve. Usually something that would invoke fear back in 2008, 2000. Oh no, the Fed. Oh, they're going to spook the market. But ultimately, the Fed has been just a great opportunity to get long the market. I talked about it in one of my posts a couple weeks ago. I think the first time you're really going to start to have to worry about this market is when a jobs report goes negative. We have not seen that yet. Until that happens, the trend remains up. All right, UPBOptionMillionaires.com. I'll see you in the chat room, everyone. Have a great Fed day. Goodbye.